Hi guys, it's winter and it's really cold. This lake has been frozen for most of the week, only just thawed now the temperature's risen slightly. I always fish through the winter months and I've been doing that for many years, and in that time I've found plenty of ways of keeping my hands and my feet warm so that I can enjoy my winter fishing. It's no fun sitting there when you're shivering, so hopefully on this video there'll be plenty of hints and tips to help you keep warm, fish through the winter months, put more fish on the bank. So the secret of staying warm in the winter months is to have lots of layers. Thin layers are much better than one thick coat or one thick pair of socks, because every layer that you have traps air and then traps heat and keeps you warmer for longer. The other beauty of having lots of thinner layers is that if the temperature changes, then you can adapt your clothing for the change in the weather. When I arrived this morning, it was really frosty and really cold. Now the sun's come up, so I've been able to take off some of my layers to adapt to the change of the weather. If it gets colder, you can always put more layers on. So starting with the feet, I wear these Ski-Tex moon boots, which I've had for a number of years. They're not great for walking in, but it's not far from the car today, so I managed to put these on to keep my feet nice and dry. And then I've got two pairs of socks. I've got a thin pair of woolen socks that actually has silver thread in the sock, and the theory is that the silver warms up and keeps your feet warmer, and I found that they are the best woolen socks I ever had. And on top of that, I've got a pair of sort of farmer's socks, thick green farmer's socks, which come right up to the knee. Then I've got thermal long johns on underneath to keep you nice and warm. Some of my mates who are linesmen who climb up electricity poles in the winter months, they swear by ladies' tights, but I'm not sure that's for me, so I've got thermal long johns instead. And then on top of that, I've got a pair of thermal trousers. If it gets really cold, I've also got some Gore-Tex over trousers that I can put on top of that, so that would be 3 layers, but it's not too bad at the moment. On the chest, I've got a t-shirt, a long sleeve t-shirt. I've then got one of these micro fleeces on top of that. Then I've got this thick cotton shirt, which is really quite thick and durable, that traps a lot of heat. And then I've got this body warmer, which is made of down, and down, being a sort of an animal product, is very, very good at trapping air. If it's not working, you can always take it off and give it a shake to put more air into it, and it makes you feel warmer. And then if it gets really, really cold, I've got a Gore-Tex jacket that I can put on top. For hands, I prefer fingerless gloves because I'm recasting and putting bait on and off. I don't like the gloves that cover your fingers. These are cyclist mitts, fingerless gloves, and I found these really, really good. When it comes to your head, a lot of your heat is lost through your head, so always wear a woolen hat or a micro fleece hat to trap the air from coming from your head. I also like to have a scarf just to keep my neck warm, but you can combine the two with one of these snoods, which covers the whole of the back of your neck and your head, allows you to see out the front. This is really thick, and when it's windy and cold, I'd always wear one of these. Alternatively, you can have a conventional snood like this that goes over your head, round your neck. You can make it into a hat if you wish, but that's also very, very good. Again, it's a thermal material to keep your neck warm. So the key to keeping warm in the winter months is just to make sure you're prepared, you've got lots of layers. It's much easier to take clothes off when you're too hot than to put extra clothes on when you're too cold. So prepare for the weather conditions and adapt during the course of the day. Well, they're getting a little bit bigger, and this one's just under £1. And the secret of any winter fishing session is a hot flask of coffee. I use a stainless steel flask because the glass ones break, and I've taken the handles off this so it slips into my rucksack much easier, but yeah, hot coffee is the key to a good fishing trip. And this is why we come fishing in the winter months. Cracking roach, just over £1. Another way to keep warm is to have a hot meal. So inside this pot, I've got a portable gas cooker. Everything packs down, it's really small and fits in your rucksack. So within the pot, I've got a sponge for cleaning it afterwards. I've got a really small gas cooker head. I've got the gas cartridge itself, and I've also got a lighter as well. So it's really easy to set up the gas cooker on the bank side. You can heat water or make yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee. I generally bring soup or baked beans. Today I've got Heinz mac and cheese, which is really nice. One thing to remember when you bring in cans to the bank is always take them home with you. Don't ever leave any litter on the bank, but also to make sure it's got a ring pull. That way you don't have to remember a tin opener. One way of bringing mac and cheese and baked beans to life is a secret ingredient, which is chorizo. It's a spicy Spanish sausage, and you can add it to baked beans or mac and cheese or to soup, and it gives a lot more flavour. I've just chopped this up into little cubes, and I'll just put that in as I'm cooking. It's also a very good bait as well. Well, I hope you found that useful. If you did, please like, share or subscribe. You can search for my other videos on YouTube by looking for Tight Lines with Chris Miller. Thanks very much for watching. Stay warm, tight lines.